All right, we are tracking some wintry weather moving through the area. Meteorologist Zach Scott. We have a wintry day here across the area. The snow getting into the river valley, coming down heavy now. We've seen the intensity pick up here. This is a live look with RDOT showing that we just actually, in the last couple of minutes here, had an accident on the Arkansas River Bridge, slowing down traffic and trying to go around. As intensity picks up, you get the slushy snow to start to develop across the area. It's during the high intensity times, that's when the snow really starts to accumulate on the roadways. As the snow starts to lessen at times, you get out of those heavier bursts. The roads can be still wet, but more slushy at times. I think overall later this afternoon, as the snow winds down in northwest Arkansas, we'll see the roads improve. May even see temperatures try to get up into the lower 30s too. So we wanted to come on here this morning, almost afternoon, and give you an update on what it's looking like across the area. So I'm going to pull up these questions here, make sure everybody can hear me. Everything's good to go. And yeah, I want to talk to you guys, let you know what's happening, what the forecast looks like moving forward, and what you can kind of expect as we continue to go through the rest of the day. So please let me know where you are, what you're seeing. I can tell you it's probably snow. There's been a little bit of a mix down to our southern zones at times, but overall, again, it's the low visibility and the whiteout conditions across the area. So good morning to everybody. Almost lunchtime. The band's really been working into northwest Arkansas for the last couple of hours. But again, we're starting to see some of that snow pushing down into the river valley. Really, when it comes down in those heavy bursts, you lose that visibility. So again, there's an accident on the 540 Arkansas River Bridge down between Fort Smith and Van Buren. That's what we're looking at there. You hate to see it, but you got to slow down. We've seen visibility drop here when the first burst came through in Springdale up in northwest Arkansas. It's been coming down for a while here. We were just looking at some of the snow totals here a couple of minutes ago. Meteorologist Michelle Trotter is here in the house, and we've already seen 1 to 3 inches across northwest Arkansas. That's what we're generally forecasting, 1 to 3. Looks like now 1 to 3 still strong across the entire area, with some locally higher amounts over 3 inches certainly going to be possible. But again, we saw the low visibility. Really couldn't even make out the trees on the other side of the interstate at times. And then we got, as the band continued to work through, we had the less intense snow kind of move in. It opened up. You could see for a while. The highway crews have been doing a great job. Again, it started out as kind of a wet, slushy road and snowfall. And then when we again didn't see the really intense snow coming down, it kind of was more wet. When you get these heavy bursts again, that snow will close in on those roadways. So we got a couple more hours of this. Live look up in Bentonville, again looking at some wet, slushy roads out across the area. The more highly traveled, tough to say, been up for a long time. Give me a little grace there on that. But yeah, the highly traveled roads, I think we're going to be more wet and slushy. Some of those side roads that don't see a lot of traffic today are going to, again, with those heavy bursts, maybe have some more issues where they're more snow covered. But yeah, we've got some slick and hazardous travel across eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas. And again, it's spreading down into the river valley. This is why we have the winter weather advisories out there for accumulating snowfall that could create slick spots. We've got plenty of slick spots, don't we? Okay, so hey, good morning to everybody. Trying to go through, look at some of these questions. Everybody let me know. We got people from northwest Arkansas, Van Buren, Bentonville, down in the river valley. Maria says Rhode Island is sunny. We're going to be sunny tomorrow. This is a quick hitting, I got a laugh from Michelle. This is a quick hitting system. And again, we've forecasted this narrow band. I mean, this is what we were looking at all week long. A narrow band's going to come in, and it could pack a punch, and it certainly is. Those heavier bursts embedded in there, we knew they would be in there, and they are coming down at times. Sometimes it's just tricky to know exactly how the roads are going to go. Even said it this morning before the snow started, I did expect when you get those heavy bursts to get some snow to cover the roadways. It just came down really heavy at times, didn't it? And just no way to keep up. Doesn't matter what you have out there, what kind of treatment you put down. You get those bigger flakes to fall, and then before they can melt, the next flakes on top of it, next flakes on top, and next thing you know, you've got a layer of snow across the roadways. The band is breaking up a little bit, got some dry air on the backside. We're going to see it fill in, I think, more to the southeast, but the back back edge of this is overall pushing into extreme northwestern Arkansas. I think we're going to continue to see snow in northwest Arkansas through the first part of the afternoon. I think by mid-afternoon, we're probably seeing it starting to really taper off. 2, 3 o'clock in our northwestern zones here. Got a few little dry slots coming in. Again, some drier air getting entrained in there. It's more broken up, off and on snow showers off towards the south. That's why, again, we're likely going to see less amounts. But I think this band's going to try to beef up a little bit, really intensify, strengthen, and maybe get some heavier bands of snow off towards the south as it starts to pass by. All right, I know I'm holding this. The whole purpose was so I could see your comments. I'm just way up here. I'm just up here just talking away. All right, snowing in Ozark, Centopia, and Belafonte, Oklahoma. I hope I said that right. Ethan hates the cold. Yeah, we're dealing with the cold temperatures today, too. Temperatures in the 20s in northwest Arkansas, 30s down in the River Valley. But you factor in the wind chill. Wind chills have been down in the lower teens for a good portion of the day. Winds are strong behind the cold front that pushed through 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it's just a cold winter day all in all. But this isn't a multi-day event. This isn't sticking around for several days. We're going to get a lot of sunshine and a quick warm-up. And then just like that, again, we started out cool this week. Monday, Tuesday, cloudy, some low rain chances, 40s. Man, you get Wednesday, you get Thursday, you get the nice sunshine, you get the warm up, and we're doing snow today. We're cold tomorrow, but we're near 60 by Sunday. And then we're talking shower chances and even thunderstorm chances with 70s in the forecast as we get into next week. So again, just up and down. We're in the last days of winter officially, but winter and spring are going to likely battle it out here across eastern Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas for the next month and a half. Sometimes it takes a while. It doesn't just switch perfectly always. Again, where you see those darker blues, purples, that's where you're getting the heavier bands. Again, they're still embedded within this band, but again, the snow's starting to taper off in northeastern Oklahoma. I got a little dry slot there just to the west of I-49 in Washington County. We still got some nice snowfall falling from Fayetteville down to West Fork, down to Winslow's, had off and on light to moderate snow. Have a nice band there setting up. This is some heavy snow coming down from Dean Springs where 49 and 40 come together, and then down I-40 into eastern Oklahoma, Sequoia County. Yeah, that's some moderate snowfall, so visibility is certainly going to be reduced there, and you're going to likely be seeing the snow starting to accumulate on those roadways too. Again, 1 to 3 inches across the area. I don't think we're really going to have a problem unless you get down towards our southwestern zones. You get more towards LaFleur County, and that's where I think you'll see an inch of snow. Again, some locally higher amounts, locally less, but I think overall you're going to see lesser amounts to the southwest. Again, we've already seen 1 to 3 inches, portions of Benton and Washington County, so solid 1 to 3 here, some locally higher amounts, especially in the higher elevations. I think that band, again, may intensify a little bit more as it gets towards the southeast. There's going to be a little stronger mid to upper level wave pushing through the atmosphere. That little wave of energy, I think, is going to kick in to the southeast of us, and that will maybe give a little more intense band of some snow. So down into the Ouachita's, the higher elevations down there, could certainly see maybe some higher snow totals. Again, overall, we're going to continue to progress this line further off towards the southeast. I think as we get past the 12 o'clock hour, again, we're already seeing that back edge approaching. So snow is going to start getting lighter and lighter and eventually tapering off in eastern and northeastern Oklahoma and northwestern portions of Arkansas. And again, it's just getting going down in the River Valley. So you guys got a couple more hours of snowfall. It'll likely last through the afternoon. Temperatures, yeah, down around freezing. But it doesn't really matter. The profile, the atmospheric profile above us is well cold enough for snow. And there's enough moisture. I think we've got big flakes that are falling, so they'll be able to survive the trip easily. It'll be cold for most of the way. And then as you get down towards the surface, temperatures may be a little bit above freezing, but it's not going to matter. That's why the roads start out wet a little bit, but those higher bursts are able to overcome the warm roads. The model here showing that maybe temperatures are warm and you get a little bit of some drizzle. I think it'll likely stay mostly flurries across our northwestern zones, but the brunt of the activity continues to shift off towards the southeast. It's out of our southeastern zones by 6, 7 o'clock. Again, out of our northwestern zones by 2, 3 o'clock. I think it's really wrapping up. We could still see some lingering light snow, some flurries into the evening hours, but overall the damage will be done and system's going to be moving out. Temperature-wise right now, now, 20s, 23 to 25, most of the area, been Washington County. And again, down into the 30s, Fort Smith below freezing, 30 degrees there, 32 in Poto. We've got mid 30s from Boonville to Waldron up towards Clarksville. Temperature-wise today, we may try to rebound as the snow departs off towards the southeast. Going to try to warm up upper 20s, maybe some lower to mid 30s there, model hinting at in northwestern Arkansas, and then get ready for a cold night. Temperatures drop down into the teens to low 20s with wind chills tomorrow morning, getting into the single digits and lower teens off towards the north. So again, a quick hit of some winter weather here with the temperatures and the snow. I'll show you this real quick, then we'll go back to radar. This is what we're looking forward to. If you hate the snow, you hate the cold. We're going to get a lot of sunshine Saturday and Sunday. 40s any other day of the week. It's pretty chilly weather. You're not excited about that. But 40s when you're stuck in the 20s with snow and a chilly north wind. 40s aren't too bad with sunshine. 60s are going to be great as we get into Sunday. So that snow will be long, long gone. Let me go back to radar, and then I'll answer some questions for you guys so we can get you caught up and make sure everybody's well informed on exactly what's going on. Well, is that accident still there, yes. Michelle? We can, and if you see anything else too, you can feel free to pop it up in the RDOT. Yeah, okay. So there's that accident. We were watching that take place right before we came on, really. It looks like a car kind of lost control there, maybe hit the median, and now we've got Arkansas State Police on the scene, but that's going to slow traffic down. Again, is still looking at that higher intensity band working into the area. Visibility absolutely reduced here. And easily with this kind of intense snow, it accumulates on those roadways pretty quick. So that, again, that was looking at the Arkansas RDOT. That's what it is. All right, let's see if we can get back to radar here. Here's Bentonville. Again, seeing another intense band kind of coming in. So seeing the snowfall pick up a little bit. Overall, looking at wet and slushy roads. Again, a lot of the higher travel roads are going to be more wet to slushy. It's when you get off on those side roads that haven't had much travel, you might get a little bit more snow covered. All right, again, here's the radar coming in, band, narrow band, but it's got those intense little bursts of heavier snow mixed in where you see the darker blues. It's going to continue to work off towards the southeast. All right, snowing in Fort Smith. Yeah, we just took a live look at that, Nicole. Heavy snow in Van Buren, parents picking up kids at school across the street. Some schools closed, some didn't. Now, we've already had some here that have had to go pick up their kids at daycare. It's just one of those days, right? We knew the snow was coming in. We knew there were going to be heavy bursts. But until it gets going, sometimes you just really don't know. I know that RDOT was out there treating those roads, but these heavier bands just really overcoming it. And this is why we had the advisory out. We knew there would be slick spots. It's become more widespread slick as the roads just were not warm enough, and the heavy, intense snow at times just overcoming that and accumulating way too quick. A lot of accidents. And the snow really came in heavy. As soon as the band reached northwest Arkansas, immediately some heavy bursts just started popping up in there. Visibility went down, people driving too fast, and as the snow crept in on the roadways, just losing control. Let's see what everyone else is seeing. Van Buren, Fort Smith, Arkansas River Bridge, heard an accident on there. Yeah, we just saw that. It was sleeting, then changed to snow out north of Mulberry. Yeah, some of our southern areas near I-40 and points off toward the south stand a better chance of seeing a little bit of a mix. You're seeing radar pick up on that. Temperatures are warmer here, especially as you get in our eastern, southeastern zone, Scott, Logan County. You got mid-30s, so you're getting a little melting, partial melting of those snowflakes. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised you get some sleet and you get some snow to mix together. Light icing down here, even further southeastern Oklahoma. Could see some light icing down in those southern zones down there as well. There are crashes everywhere. I know people are in here putting in where there are accidents. There are so many people that have a lot of times just slid off the road. There's been a lot of close calls. Obviously, we saw there with the live look on the Arkansas River Bridge, not everyone's able to get through without any issues. Some people actually sustaining damage to their vehicles. We haven't, as of last time I heard, had any major accidents with injuries, but again, you just got to take it easy out there. Light freezing rain in Mansfield. Let's see what else. Glad it's not ice. Yeah, Again, we were expecting all week long for this to mostly be a snow event, and that's what we have taking place here. We can do a little closer look. Again, we're waiting for that back edge. With already the snow, the burst that we've already seen here in Northwest Arkansas, I'm hoping this back edge, this drier air punches in a little bit sooner. But we've got some of that dry air working south of 44 towards Tahlequah. We're going to see it continue to make its way. Again, look at that darker band there setting up on I-40 and where 49 meets 40 there back into Fort Smith, Van Buren area. So that's what's reducing that visibility right there. And again, we've still got some darker bands working out of Oklahoma into Arkansas as well. Let's see. Lots of people traveling to Hot Springs today for state championship games, praying for their safety. Yeah, take it easy. Again, snow's going to continue. I'll back up here. Snow's going to continue to slide off towards the southeast. So snow will really get going here in the next 3-4 hours. I think closer to probably 3-4 o'clock, maybe as early as 2 o'clock. You could see some snow moving into central Arkansas and then back towards the southwest. West central Arkansas, we'll likely see that snow getting down there. If you got out ahead of it earlier this morning, you're good to go. It would certainly be maybe some issues coming back. So if you did travel southeast of the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas today and you're watching us here on Facebook or YouTube, yeah, coming back, take your time. Again, I think when the snow shifts off towards the southeast, I think later on this afternoon, especially our northwestern zones, that'll see a longer break. I think we'll see improvement on the roadways. May end up dealing with more wet roads with slushy spots. Yeah, and we got a big game. Arkansas playing LSU later today. I'm still sure there'll be plenty of people heading out, maybe hitting up some local areas to watch the game, enjoy it. Cold, cloudy in Y-City. Snow's heading your way. How's Coal Hill? I've still got to learn some of these smaller towns. Michelle, I know you're an expert. Where's Coal Hill? Michelle? Michelle's giving me the sign that says, don't ask me, don't ask me. We'll look it up. We'll look it up and I'll find out exactly where it is. Shannon, you're welcome. Will Greenwood get good amount of snow? I think the River Valley easily could still see around an inch of snow. With the heavier bands already coming down right now and you've still got a couple more hours to go, I'd say 1, maybe 2 inches of snow. Could certainly still be some locally higher amounts. Again, to the north, we've already seen 1 to 3. And then our southern zones, I think you got a good shot. Here we go. She's found it. She's zeroing in. Where is it? Is it Logan County or? Over here by Paris. It's over by Paris? Coal Hill. The snow is just to the west. You see, that's the kind of service you get here. Round of applause for Michelle. She found it. She zoomed in quickly. Didn't even take you too long. There you go. That's your answer. You're under the advisory. The snow's just off towards the west. You should be at least maybe getting some flurries out there right now. Again, this band's going to be working through heavy bands, heavy bursts of snow mixed in there. You guys are likely going to get a couple of inches. I think the majority of the area is at least getting 1 to 2 inches across eastern Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, even down into the River Valley. You get down to our far southwestern zones, portions of LaFlora, you guys may be the lowest amounts that we see, a dusting to an inch, but as you continue to work back towards the northeast, you should get at least a couple of inches with some locally higher amounts as well. Again, there's a wave of energy that's lifting out ahead of our main storm system, which is still back towards the west, what's driving all of this. As that wave kicks in later today, just to the southeast of us, I think we're going to see maybe that band of snow kind of widen a little bit and maybe intensify a little more down towards the Ouachita. So we're still watching. Higher elevations out here could easily see 2 to maybe up to 4 inches of snow. There's black ice on crossover in Fayetteville. Yeah, and then you got some areas that, again, temperatures are cold here, so it's certainly on bridges and overpasses. You've got the cold air on top and the cold air underneath, so you can get some ice, you can get that water on the roadways, the snow, you can get it to freeze there, so watch that. The ground temperatures, they were warm. We saw that sunshine the last few days. Again, that's why they're a little more wet and slushy. Any areas that see some higher snow totals, you got some traffic there, you can kind of pack that snow down a little bit. And with freezing, a hard freeze tonight, any moisture that's out there is going to refreeze or freeze and turn to solid ice going into tomorrow morning. So if you're out early tomorrow morning, the temperature starting out in the teens and 20s, again, expect there to be slick spots with any moisture that was left on those roadways turning to ice overnight. Now we'll get some sunshine. That sunshine is going to go to work on it right away. Temperatures will get above freezing. The roads will be wet tomorrow. Tomorrow there'll still be people going to the car washes. The car wash, Michelle's laughing. Car wash people are saying, yeah, come to us tomorrow. It's probably better to wait an extra day because the roads can still kind of be messy and wet for a couple of days. If you go Sunday or Monday, could be a little bit better. Though we are tracking a chance for some rain late Monday. It's kind of that time of year where we're more likely going to be active all the time more than we are going to see a long, quiet stretch. There's always another system on its heels, right, coming in. Waldron is letting school out at 1 p.m. I think a lot of the last thing I heard was a lot of the schools down in the River Valley were just doing early dismissals. So it sounds like that's probably what's taking place. I know we already had a lot of schools close up in Northwest Arkansas and a lot of virtual days. Some people actually getting just a regular snow day. I'm glad that when we were going to school, Michelle, virtual days didn't exist. A snow day was a snow day. It was something to look forward to. Light snow, rain mix in Subiaco. Did I say that right? Is that a word? Is that a town? I may have just butchered it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds right, right? I think I get credit for even making it that far. How are the roads in Van Buren? Well, Michelle, can we go back to, can we do yeah, she's going to get us sort of a little zoom in here on Fort Smith. Well, we already showed you too. We showed you the Arkansas River Bridge. Looked like it had snow on there, so we know Van Buren's going to be pretty much dealing with the same. A little bit heavier snow coming down for you guys on the north side of the river. So I'd imagine you've got snow-covered grass, rooftops, cars, and then you've got some slushy roads around Van Buren and I-40. And again, we have that accident on the 540 River Bridge where the car spun out, hit the median. Looks like it's trying to get some help getting going, but I think it's stuck. It looks like it's probably going to have a wrecker there. So that's slowing traffic there on the 540 Arkansas River Bridge. We'll be headed back home. Oh, moved along pretty quick there. We'll be heading back home to Van Buren from the Arkansas Heart Hospital Clinic in Little Rock soon. Hope the roads aren't too bad. Regina, you're good all the way past Russellville. It's once you start to get towards Clarksville and areas off towards the west, that's where you're going to start, well, right now anyways, you're going to start running into the snow. If you're heading out now, you should be good for a while. When you run into the snow, not going to say that the roads are just going to be fine, you're going to be good. When you run into the snow, it's going to slow you down. But if you take it nice and easy, I think you could be good to go, or you just wait it out. But snow's going to head down towards Little Rock too. They're going to be looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow down that way more than likely as well. So if you're going to come back and you want to come back, you're good to go for a ways right now. But once you get closer to Van Buren, Fort Smith, 49, 40 junction there, that's where, again, these heavy bursts, they're coating the roadways. There's going to be slushy roads. It'll be slushy for you the rest of the way up 49. And you know all those bridges. Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge said the other day, I think, that they'd counted 40 plus bridges on the stretch of 49. So, again, the roads are starting out wet when the snow initially comes down, but the heavy intensity continues and continues, and they become slushy, and then they become slushy, slick, and hazardous. No snow where you're showing it here in Yell County. Again, it's coming. Watching light snow in Panama, Oklahoma. Grassy areas are starting to get covered. Yeah, when the snow was moving through Oklahoma City earlier today, snow-covered roadways early this morning for their morning commute. We had some travel issues around Tulsa. Again, the snow's is wrapping up on the backside out there. And then again, it's getting some dry air, is getting sucked in here and trained a little bit. So again, this band is kind of drying out a little bit. We're going to continue to see it push in. We may see it weaken some, and we'll likely see it redevelop here off towards the southeast. I still think we're going to see scattered snow here across the northern zones. This band is going to continue to work eastward. But even if it continues to break up, we'll be watching for redevelopment here off towards the south. And that's probably what you're seeing with that batch there just to the southwest of LaFleur. Again, this will be a solid band that pushes into central Arkansas later on. When will it start snowing in Paris and Ozark? It was pretty close. Michelle, can we jump back down towards Paris and Ozark? It was just to the northwest when we zoomed in. What was the town that we looked at? Coal Hill. Yeah, we just zoomed in on Coal Hill. So again, it's pretty close. Ozark right now, you're seeing some light snow. The heavier stuff just to the west of you by a couple of miles. Paris, Scott County, Going to be seeing Logan County, going to be seeing the snow picking up here within the next hour or so. It's just the way that this band is oriented from southwest to northeast. That's why it's been snowing here first. It's making its way. The snow's coming. Everyone's going to see some wintry precipitation today. This isn't a us versus them, or we're going to get it and they're not going to get it. This is everyone. Everyone's going to get some of this band to work through. It's just northwestern Arkansas has got the majority of it here the last couple of hours. Again, they already have reports, official reports of 2 to 3 inches across a good portion of our northwestern zones, with the snow trying to taper off a little bit up there. You're welcome, Angie. So does this mean less snow for the river valley? I mean, with what we're seeing on radar and with the live shots that we're seeing down there, it looks like, I mean, you're still getting, at the very least, it looks like you got a good shot for 1 inch. But I think you could see 1 to 2 inches down there with the intensity that's been coming down. Now, as it continues to break up a little bit, you're not going to see the consistent snow that northwestern Arkansas is seeing. Yeah, likely more around 1 inch. Could see a good portion of the area between 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. But with it breaking up back towards the southwest, that's going to hurt your snow totals there some. And again, we're still watching for this to kind of re-intensify as it gets down to our southeastern zones. This has been a steady, narrow, but hard-hitting band in our northwestern zones. Fort Smith Mall here, just a dusting on grass and cars, decent on roofs. Okay. It looks like areas near I-40 up towards Van Buren have had the majority of the snow. So as you get more down on the south side of town, it hasn't been going as long. But you can see anywhere across the area, when the snow has started, it comes down right away. It's not one of those where it's just flurries and then, when the band actually hits you, it does kind of hit you a little bit. Again, we've got some of that dry slot moving through the Fayetteville area. Still seeing some of those embedded heavier bands there across all of Benton County. A few dry spots, Washington County. You get some of the lighter colors there. That's lighter snow, so that's good for visibility. But there's that heavy band north side of Fort Smith, Arkansas River, Van Buren, back up to the 4940 junction. Seeing a pretty good swath of snow back into southeastern Sequoyah County. But yeah, I see how it breaks up down there. That's really what we've been talking about all week long, our far southwestern zones. We're going to likely see less amounts, where you also could see a little bit of a mix kind of cutting in on your snow totals, but also the band just kind of wanting to break up a little bit. Good 3 inches in Garfield. Thank you for the update, Bradley. 40 degrees in Y City right now. Tate Elementary letting kids out at noon. Snowing good in Van Buren. Yeah, so Van Buren's right in that band. That's good. Fort Smith off towards the south, you're kind of in and out of some light to moderate snow, but it's still coming down. And again, you're in a good position where you're going to get this snow to kind of keep training over the same areas. Michelle, have you seen anything new? Anything you want to add? Nope.
No, I have not. They're actually the accents looking pretty better.
Let's see, can we get some tower cam updates? They're kind of not ready. We'd have to change let's see. All right, there we go. So there's the accident. So they're getting the accident cleaned up a little bit. This is down again on the Arkansas River, the 540 River Bridge. That was slowing traffic there. And so they're trying to get that cleaned up some, just taking a while, right? The snow slows everybody down. Let's see. Can we get the Springdale? Let's see. Number 3. There's Springdale for you. Doesn't look bad. Visibility has been in and out of Springdale with these heavy bursts. But you see how the roads, and again, a lot of this goes to RDOT out there helping with some of those plows. When again, we've got a lot of wet roads, we've got a lot of slushy roads, and there are still plenty of snow-covered roads out there too. I think when the back edge of this pushes through in the early to mid-afternoon hours up around Benton, Washington County, I think we're going to see some improvement, even more improvement on the roadways, where we may just deal with more wet roads with slushy spots. But yeah, there's a live look for you in Springdale. And visibility at times has, even when we started this, you couldn't really make out half the stuff on the other side of the road. What is Matt? Matt has the, okay, Matt's out there driving around. Can you want to pull that up? All right, we've got Matt Sanders out there driving around. He's graciously volunteered to drive the 5 News Jeep around, so we're getting the 5 drive. this is the best job right here, right? This is me, what, 2 weeks ago. One of my first days here, I got to go out with Michelle and we were driving the Jeep around. This is awesome, yeah, so we can see his shot. He's at the Fayetteville Square. So that's awesome. I think he's going to be driving out for the rest of the afternoon. So we've got our noon show coming up in a little less than an hour, and we're going to get some live looks with Matt. And again, if you're just joining us, Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge going to give us some live looks at what he's seeing out there. It looks like, the sidewalks right there are just wet. Couple of inches on the grassy surfaces there. Really beautiful scene. You got to love, this is a good snow. It gets in, it gets out. You've got the good wet flakes. Me and Michelle are just sitting here looking at the pictures. You got the good wet flakes here. This is awesome. He's got the ducky. Michelle did tell me early on, if there's one thing you never do, never lose this ducky. Matt loves this ducky. Again, couple of inches there. You got a lot of wet sidewalks. There's wet streets. Again, when the intensity picks up, you get the wet, slushy snow to accumulate on the roadways. But again, not bad. What a beautiful shot there. Thank you, Matt. We look forward to seeing you in a little bit. Be safe out there. All right, again, it looks like visibility is dropping a little more, so we've got another band coming into northwestern Arkansas, at least portions of around Springdale. Let's go ahead and zoom back in there. I'll answer a few more questions. Maumelle, Arkansas, the snow's going to get down there to you a little bit later on. You're still in the dry slot right now, but the band is working towards you. Van Buren School's getting out at noon. Linda says he loves it. I think love the ducky. Yes, Matt does love it.
Matt loves it.
You think
Matt almost lost it. His first day.
First day, I did almost lose the ducky. I did confess to Matt that we almost lost it too. But we didn't, so it was a win. Let's see. Maumelle right now, again, the snow is going to continue to move off towards the southeast. And we'll get that snow on its way for you guys if you want it. It's coming. Grapple and Greenwood. So getting a little bit of a mix there, maybe some sleet mixing in. Linda says, thanks, Matt. Have to drive to Springfield from Fayetteville. You can see the band's gone up there. It's been working through Missouri as well. So again, I would expect wet to slushy roads at the least. And again, some of these higher bands, you can get a little bit more snow-covered roadways. But it is tapering off a little bit more, too, in southwestern Missouri as well. Again, we're watching the back edge getting much, much closer to northwest Arkansas. Still think we got a couple more hours. I think it's 2, 3 o'clock. That's when we really sit there and say, okay, this is when it looks like we really should be starting to taper off. With the speed of this system staying on track, it looks like 2, 3 o'clock. We should really be tapering the snow off across our northwestern zones. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for the southeastern zone. So again, you guys are really just starting, getting going down there to the south. Let's see, snowing now in Witcherville. Let's see if I missed anything. I try to answer as many questions as I can. All right, I think we did a pretty good little update there. Again, we've got our 5 News at noon coming up. We've got meteorologist Michelle Trotter in here. I'm going to be in here tracking it as well. We've got Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge out driving the 5 Drive, the Jeep. You'll see it out and about across northwest Arkansas today. So give him a honk if you see him. And then we've got our crew scattered around the River Valley and northwest Arkansas. Again, there are some backups across the area with some of the wrecks that we've seen. As the snow does push out, we're going to see, again, I think some improvement on the backside of this with those roadways being mostly wet. Any moisture later tonight will refreeze. We're going to see a hard freeze, teens and low 20s. But of course, we'll continue to give you updates all day long, pushing out of the River Valley 6, 7 o'clock. So we'll have Chief Meteorologist and, Matt Standridge and Michelle Trotter in this evening, getting you guys ready and prepared as the snow and this system moves off with a lot of sunshine ready this weekend. All right, thank you guys for joining, and continue to follow us on social media and keep it on